I was on eBay and I bought a Newhart jacket.
like
I wore it
a jacket?
Yeah, I was wearing it on one day at the Claim Jumpers, building a Ghostbusters Lego thing where people were just like, "Who the fuck?" And I thought, so there's a bunch of old people here. Someone will be like, "Nice." I'm going to show you it.
I love that you're sitting at Claim Jumper in a Newhart jacket building Lego.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Hey everybody, it's Dov and welcome to DKE Toys TV. We're back after San Diego Comic-Con, back in the studio again. We're here with our co-host Janky and Scott Cherry, Barbarian Rage, and our special guest host, Nathan Hamill.
Yeah.
So Nathan, for all the people out there in Toyland that don't know who you are, tell us, who are you?
I'm a person who makes toys, and yeah, a toys illustration was just at Comic-Con. I'm just glad to be here, frankly. I've been watching the show, and I've talked to you a couple times saying I can't watch it anymore because I keep on buying stuff, and that's what George said, the one that I watch. And guess what? I bought something.
It's working.
That's the point.
It's working. All right.
Yeah.
This guy, because I got
That's amazing.
of Astromechs and then old old the robot, all these robots, and it goes into RoboCop. I went, this is going to go right in the middle.
Gotta have that abracadapoof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing piece. Still available on the site, dktoys.com. So tell me, how long have you been an artist?
I mean, since I can remember, just picking up, just drawing, just picking up a pen when I was, 3, or as kids do. So yeah, I mean,
you were an artist before you were a collector, let's say.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I still have this, old Ghostbusters drawings and all that stuff because, I'm a collector. My dad's a collector. My mom, didn't throw them away because
that's a win.
Yeah, well,
you're a collector, your dad a collector, your mom enabler.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she collects her own stuff, like Tinkerbell and all that stuff. But I remember going to Comic-Con when I was, I don't know, 5 or young, and there was a guy who had a shirt that simply said, "My mom threw them away," and everyone was
no.
Yeah. That's all you had to say, but that's when it wasn't what it is now. It was,
Sure. I mean, the culture has totally changed. Like, you go to a garage sale today and you say, "Hey, how much is that?" And some little old lady whips out her phone, and she's like, "Well, on eBay this sells for $25.95. You can have it for $19." It's like, oh, bye.
You've got to go to a place where there's no internet,
right?
Because that's everyone's fantasy of going to finding a I forget action number, Mickey Mantle base, whatever, going to
right,
finding some attic, their dad collected all the baseball cards, and just he collected them. He didn't have any friends. He just put them away, and you come across and you're like, what? No matter what it is, every collector goes, that's their dreams.
I wonder how many collections out there are that are not found. Do you know what I mean? It's like I kind of feel like we're in an era where most things have been found.
Yeah.
And I'd say when I started selling toys 30 years ago, I was still finding collections of Star Wars toys. Like these are my toys as a kid, or here's my carded collection.
Yeah.
You would still find old dealer stock. Like here, we have these unsold, Star Wars keychains sitting in a warehouse. Here's 1,000 of them, right? And I feel like those have gone away. And now the collections come to us from collectors who are done collecting.
Right.
Who have sort of been in it and were collectors. Like the number of people that show up with "Hey, I found this box in my attic with these comics." That's just, I think that was a generation ago.
Well, I mean, everybody knows now, and you get I mean, it started with Antiques Roadshow and then runs through American Pickers and even the fake shows like Storage Wars and all those. Like, everybody watches TV now and thinks, oh my God, this is all treasures. So everybody thinks everything is a treasure, as opposed to before where everything was garbage. It's like a total 180, cultural shift on whether or not you should save stuff.
Yeah. Well, and some of it will turn back into garbage.
Yeah, for sure.
Where when there's so many things here that I go, if I have room for it, then I'm not a hoarder. But as soon as like that Simpsons episode where Skinner's like, it's just a pile of newspaper collapses on him, like that's when you have a problem. When I bounce that basketball once an hour and then try to beat that record. That's when
so you've been, for as long as you've, can remember, you've been drawing. You wanted to be an artist, became an artist. I mean, I don't know what point someone becomes an artist, but let's just say you're an artist, right? If you were, I don't know, like, do you say like as a 3-year-old? I guess 3-year-olds are artists, right? I guess that's the thing.
That's what's that. Okay,
All
I've been thinking about this for months.
Yeah.
See, and that's just it. Well, what do you do as a profession? Well, I'm an artist. And then the 3-year-old next door comes over and scribbles all over, and they go, "Look at what a great artist you are!" Like, we're the same thing.
But I think all kids are artists, right? And then there's a certain age. There's a like 11, 12, 13. That's when they
quit into the system, man.
But they like quit playing sports, right? Because it's like they see other kids are better. They're in art class. They see like, oh, those are the kids that really can draw. And so these kids that like are not that good, they just stop when they realize they're not that good at it.
The vocation now.
Yeah. So what drew you to toys as a medium?
Oh, it was I guess like a year or two before I met you. I was thinking about it, like okay.
And for what it's worth, I'm sorry, like the meeting me, like that was,
I
could say it went downhill from that point.
I was waiting for that comment. You said that. It was like, you're in 3, 2, 1, self-deprecating.
Go.
Sorry.
No, it was weird. It was I met Joe Ledbetter. He was dating Jessica DeChico, the daughter of Bobby DeChico, who's in a movie with my dad called The Big Red One. And he was just over at the house, and I'm like, oh wait, like he had some keychains and stuff, and I was like, oh, this, like, I'd been thinking about it, but that was like early 2008, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make these no matter what. If I have to go and had stuff at the Black Maria Gallery out in Glendale, and I'm like, if I have to, do these all by hand, like Beastly's, I think it was Leslie. Anyway, and then Patrick from I worked at a store called Toy Planet with George, who now does Toynami. And I worked there when I was 15, and he just contacted me and he was like, hey, we want to make a toy. I'm like, I do too. So that's how it started. Just, I went, well, let's, combine these two things I like, collecting toys in general, and drawing, and, put them together. And then, of course we have to talk about Kozik. Like, I was working at, and then it was Puzzle Zoo. Kid Robot opened next door, and I went, what is this? I went, these little, like, I was like, is that a Smarking Labbit? Because I collected all his all his posters, and was influenced by him. I met him when I was 15. So I was like, oh wait, hold on, he's doing toys? Like, interesting. And then at Comic-Con I bought Pete Fowler stuff, and was buying those because I'm like, oh, these are smaller, and I don't have to like have it, 18-inch Ash, it's taking up too much room, all these McFarlane toys. So I went, let me get these blind boxes, and kind of it all. That's the shortest answer I can.
Can we talk about the first time you met Kozik? Because I'll tell you like my story. He was at Luz de Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was working on this like punk rock TV show, and I had sent him a proposal for it. And what's interesting is like all these people that I sent this proposal to when I was like 19 or whatever, I get to like now, like I know them, and it's weird, and they didn't really know that was me. Not that they would remember it, right? But I saw him. He was there signing with Robert Williams, and he just like scared the shit out of me. He was just like, I don't know if he was uncomfortable.
How old were you when
When did his first Last Gasp book come out? That had to be
It was
93,
Wait, no,
95.
it was November 4th, 95 is when I met him.
So right around that time, it was the early 90s when
signing, yeah, sorry, he was doing a signing at the Will Lose Jesus. I went
Yeah.
down.
And he just was the kind of guy that it just seemed like he's going to reach over the table and like kick your ass. Like he just put out that sort of vibe. And what's funny is once you get to know him, he was just like a teddy bear. And so having a booth next to him at Comic-Con, every year, people would always come up to me and say, "Hey, can you ask Frank if," and then I'd say, "You can just go ask him." He's like, I'm like, "Would you like me to walk you over there?" And then I would walk him over. Hi, Frank, this is so and so. They want to know about this, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then blah, 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 and he would just do his thing. So, yeah.
I don't really remember what we talked about. I was, it was the day I saw When Nature Calls, Ace Ventura. And anyway,
so a big cultural day for a lot of reasons for you.
Yeah, no, it was a big weekend. Our band played the night before at the Roxy. Turns out it was the same night that Mr. Show taped their first episode in Hollywood. I'm like,
oh wow!
So we opened for the Marantha band. We were in, ninth grade, and then 6 months later, I was doing a flyer for Jabberjaw. Like it totally. I actually have it here. I can't find the book that Kozik signed, and it's kind of bugging me, but it's somewhere. But anyway, there's this punk rock club called Jabberjaw that I used to go to, and
dying to see this flyer.
Yeah, I better be good.
I can always cut it in if you
okay
want to send it to me, or I can cut
it. That's weird.
But then I can't say like that's amazing.
You can.
We'll
you
do
just
that
won't know
right
what you're
now.
looking at.
Oh my god!
What are you gonna do with that?
Great.
All right, I'll give you two options. I'll be like, dude, that's amazing, and then the second one will be like,
so, well, you tried, kid. You're off the map.
Hey, it's all uphill from here, man.
How old were you when you did it?
I would have been almost 16 because it was June 8th, 95. So it's for this band Brainiac.
I love Brainiac.
Like there it is. Look how Kozik-y it is.
Dude, that's amazing. Which book is that in? Is that the Jabberjaw book?
Yeah, It All Dies Anyway. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, but I made the book, and I got a story in here too, but it's weird. I can't even really. I can, but going through it is just like it's a lot. I mean, now I will because it's on the floor. I got to pick it up now. So
and you can't just pick something up. I know that. As soon as I pick it up, I'm thumbing through it,
or I'm gonna stub my toe later.
Do you have any of your toys around that you can show us?
Oh,
I think so. The first toy was Boris.
Yeah, Boris the purple raccoon, and I can just move this a little bit.
Look at all that fun stuff.
So this is. I could have done it in the office, but it's a mess in there. It's a mess out here, but just less of a mess.
We can only see what you show us. So
that's the row.
Wow.
But started with Boris, and then that was UN Toy Arts, and then I worked with Ben at 3 Retro and did a bunch of more vinyls, and then there's all the Octopups in front, which I just did the CMYK ones for Comic-Con, marking the 10-year anniversary. So
wow,
I just shipped those out. I'm like, why did I make this deadline? Why did I do this? Because I'm just going, this one doesn't look right. I'm spray painting more, and then I'm like, and I'm out of ones to send to Scott. I was watching your show yesterday. I'm sending those to Dustin, and but I'm like, there was 33 of the blue ones. Now there's 11, but I have a bunch of new colorways. I'm like, just get these out of here. Send them.
Yeah, I have a one of a kind customized by Nathan.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
From Robo Toy Fest. And you have do you still have the Spanky piece?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's amazing.
For Kozik.
Wow.
I did that. I'm like, I got that at Rotofuji in April at C2E2 that weekend. And I'm like, oh, and then that happened. I'm like, that's what I was like, whenever I was customizing something, I'm like, what would Kozik do? Like, let's, do the, kind of try not to make it too close, but like, you can kind of, but that one, I'm like, all right, let's do this. I was going to send it to a Spanky, but like, here, Scott, you take it. And I think I put a K on the bottom. I'm like, here, sell this as a Kozik.
You did. It was,
there we go.
Bootleg Kozik, yeah.
yeah.
I think the Octopup was the first piece of soft vinyl I ever bought.
No way.
Yeah, I was at 3D Retro, and I think you were doing a release for the Our Father paint, or the My Father painting that you did.
Oh yeah.
And like the prints didn't get there, and I went to get one of those, but I was like, this piece is amazing. I love octopuses and squids and cephalopods. So this is the very first piece of soft vinyl that I ever bought, which then has now triggered an issue in my life. So
yeah. So I'm sorry, and you're welcome. Yeah. But you started with resin. I was watching your show.
Yeah.
Are you saying you're addicted to like tentacle porn? What are you saying?
Yeah. This hentai.
I'm saying that vinyl is way more expensive than resin, and so it is a dangerous like road to go down. I try to limit myself, like M1, but I've got, if there's a cool piece and I can afford it, I want to buy it.
Well, that's what this show is to me. It's like, it's Dov, like I have 4 or 5 shipments, the 4 at least.
Yeah, but like you would watch the show and then you would text me and you're like, I don't know what to do, and then you just
and I'm live review. I'm texting. I'm like, all right, this part's good.
You're sending notes.
Yeah, just like, oh, I got to this part. I swear I'm watching it live. And then I said to my friend Dorina, I'm like, it's appointment television. It's this show, and then Yellow Jackets is like, she's like, sure. I'm like, all right, you're not into it, but this show speaks to you.
I mean, at some point, we probably are going to have to eat somebody on the cast here. So,
well, that was the big thing at Comic-Con, was the Hard Rock had Yellow Jackets, everything, with the menus. So I was nice to one of the waitresses, and somewhere around here, I got a stack of the menus, and checked it out. I'm telling her, like, look. So
oh my God, that's awesome!
Cool.
But this is from Etsy. But whenever I'd run into people in the Yellow Jackets outfits, like they had the team there, I'm like, let me get a picture.
Wow.
And then I'm like, yeah, that was. So it's
that's.
I'm
so
like,
cool.
all right, I'm ready for winter, but it's too fucking hot now. So I'm like, I can't. I go off my really dumb, cool jacket.
Yeah, we just finished Yellow Jackets like 2 weeks ago, and man, that show is unhinged.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dov had a problem. You couldn't get into it, right?
I'm behind. I didn't say I hate it. I'm just halfway through season 1, and
Dov's a contrarian.
I am not.
Wait a second.
See? Told you. Told you.
Yes, I am. You can't win this argument.
Turning into a Monty Python skit really quick here.
Wow.
This one time there's this other thing that happened, and then this one time there was a thing.
Tangent with Dov.
Can I just share with you something amazing that happened this past week? On an unrelated topic. So we have this toy that's on the site right now by Wrap Trading, and it's called Magic Mushrooms.
I'm sorry.
I hope do you know where the story is going?
Yeah.
So in it is this, this little package, and there's 3 little resin mushrooms in there. And so Shopify, which is the platform that we use, and I'm just going to show you the back if you care to read the words there.
Spoiler alert.
So Shopify has this new marketplace called Shop. And unbeknownst to us, everything in our Shopify store just went live in
on
the
the
Shop
dark
app.
web. Oh.
And so we get a couple of orders for this. And this guy who shall remain nameless. So just understand that this is a piece of art as it is. It's meant to be like this. They're resin mushrooms in here. It's, you know, it says on the,
Or are they?
yeah, right. So I just, there's something about communication with the new generation. It never starts with a hello, or they never sign their name. You just get a sentence, right? And it says, I was sent stale mushroom gummies that were hard as a rock and didn't do anything. I would like my money back right away. And like, we're just like reading the sentence over and over again. Like, does that mean he opened it and he put it in his mouth? Did he try to swallow? Like, what? I mean,
I bet you $100 he ate it.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, no, he did because
He said it didn't do anything.
Guy.
I was
Yeah,
sent
so he ate
stale
it.
mushroom gummies that were hard as a rock and didn't do anything. Oh no.
They did something. They gave you a story to tell on the show.
Right. I said, you know, dear so-and-so, I said, you bought this from our website, DKE Toys.
Dear
We sell-
Spicoli.
We sell handmade art figures. This is by an artist named Rap Trading. It's a signed and numbered piece of art. It clearly says on the back of the card, do not consume. We do not sell anything that is meant to be consumed. It's meant to hang on your wall as you received it. And I just offered, I said, if you care to return it with all its components, we'd be happy to send a refund. And then I got a phone call like right after I sent this, but apparently this person didn't see the response. And he's like, I bought it, I want my money back. And I was like, if you care to send it back, you can. It's not mushrooms.
You're gonna have to wait a couple days.
And then he's like, oh,
I need
okay,
to
I'll send it
retrieve
back.
them.
Thanks. Okay, bye. You know, embarrassed. And like,
How much did these mushrooms? This interaction.
The guy
a lot.
also he hung up and immediately ordered Resin Blood's Afghan heroin. Yeah.
So another order comes in, and Ian has either pulled it or packed it, and we look and we see that it came from the shop app. We see that this person has never ordered before, and so Ian sends him an email. He says, hi, so-and-so, thanks for your order. It's packed and ready to ship. We just wanted to make sure that you understood that this item is a signed and numbered limited edition piece of art. It's not meant to be consumed in any way. If that was not your understanding, please let us know and we'll happily refund. Thanks, DKE Toys.
Yeah.
And the response was, again, the same thing. Like, no, like, dear whoever, sign your name, nothing like that. It's like, oh, I thought these would make me see Mario.
Well, they might. I mean, eating
Wow.
resin is going to do something to your body.
I don't know.
And
I don't know if it's a generational thing or if the guy's taking one too many hits or.
And then I just respond, you know, as professionally as possible. I'm like, would you like us to ship it or send you a refund? And
But
he replies, I want to see him dance. But if it doesn't do that, I guess I'll take a refund. Like, okay, we'll take care of it. Thanks. Oh,
I think
gosh.
you should. You know, I think you should just you should be his pen pal.
Unbelievable. I mean,
what an age that we live in, that you can buy drugs over the internet, and when they show up in their bunk, you can complain about it.
wow.
Honestly, though, guys, this story is making me. Right.
Got a notch on the poof.
I ate resin.
We don't know.
Man.
He
But
had to have.
If he said that he didn't get off, that means he ate them. No, or when he says nothing happened, that says to me that he ate them.
I wonder what resin tastes like. I mean, don't anyone try it and tell me. I just wonder if there's someone who
Probably very
accident-
flavorless.
So I don't know
Plastic.
what cured resin tastes like, but I was shaking a bottle when I started, when I was doing severed limbs. I was shaking a bottle of Smooth On and the lid wasn't on tight enough. And so I did this and got a face full, and it's fucking awful. It is horrible.
Wow.
It's just chemically, yeah. I mean, it's miserable. So, and that was
So you got sprayed in the face and you tried a little bit.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. I think I was doing. I don't know.
Did you see Mario dance?
I didn't, but Luigi, oddly enough, was sweeping up in the backyard. So
Also, that
Wow.
guy's got goals when he's taking mushrooms. You know, he's like, I want to see Mario dance, man. That's how fucked up I want to get, man.
But am I correct
I
that
want to.
it's legal? Like mushrooms are legal in certain states now?
In Colorado,
They're legal in
sort
Canada.
of in.
are they?
They're sort of in a gray area in California. I know that there's places that you can just go buy mushrooms like at the store.
I don't know if they're legal in Canada, but I know Louis C.K. was talking about getting them and hanging out with Todd Glass. Or
I think they are legal or in some gray area.
Yeah, where they don't
Yeah.
harsh your buzz. Like if you're just, they say they walked around and just went to museums. I'm like, good, you're not fine. Have fun
That sounds
Amazing.
fun.
in Canada.
So you said you picked up some stuff at San Diego. You want to do a little show and tell?
Yeah,
I picked up very little. I bought some books and I only bought one thing. I did find one Flash Gordon figure from the animated series that I needed.
yeah. I didn't even see you down there. I went to
was just-
Lollygag.
I was just walking around. It was a weird experience because I didn't have to be anywhere. I was actually there just to have fun.
Yeah.
And then I took my kid, and the idea was that he would walk around the show with me, and instead he found a video game tournament upstairs. So he figured out a way he could go all the way to San Diego and sit in front of a screen and play video games. It's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I got a tournament. He's like, I made it past round 2. It's like, okay, round 3 is at 4 o'clock. I'm like, okay, bye. I'm walking there.
Well, all right. I need to know what video game was. Is this justified? Because
it was some battle game. Like all these people would sign up, and you could be like, you chose the character, and it looked like you could be like Pokemon, or you could be like Street Fighter, or I don't know. You could be
How
all
did
these
he
different
do?
characters. He kept winning, and then he played someone that was really good, and he's like, oh, that person was like, you could tell like they put in their time. But I mean, he was at one time, he's playing like some kid that's like younger than him, that's like sitting in his mom's lap, and then Samuel beat the kid. I don't know how many times Samuel's actually played this game, right? We don't own it. And then the kid, Samuel goes, I win, and then this little kid is just like, man, he starts crying, and the mom's like, oh my god, what is going on here? But apparently then he played someone that was really good, and they just took him out pretty quick.
And he got smoked. I played in the the first Nintendo Championship.
Did you really?
The first
Get
Nintendo
out.
playoffs, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. And it's that cartridge that plays 3 games where you
Yeah.
have to do you have to get 100 coins on Super Mario Brothers, and then it takes you to Tetris, and you have to do 10 lines, and then you have to complete the first stage of Rad Racer.
Do you still have that
And-
cartridge?
Really valuable.
No, they're the most expensive
Yeah.
cartridges because
you-
there was 10 consoles lined up, and there was only 10 games made.
Oh, so you couldn't walk away with it. They kept using it.
Yeah, they
Oh.
went on tour with it.
Wow.
And I got smoked in the first round. I sucked.
Nice.
So
Go
okay, so I got, you can see here the Lollygag pin.
Oh, nice.
M3GAN Megan, the Killer Robot movie. So I bought that and another pin, which I left in one of those bags that give you the backpacks. I got my cousin Tyler in and his kid, and like he's 6. It's his first time at Comic-Con, and my cousin's first time. He's a few years younger than me, so they were just like, wow. It was a Saturday, and so I got 2 pins. Scott Ziller got me the 3 True Romance pins from yesterday's, and then Christine Taylor from Hallmark gave me.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Which, like, I stayed in her room, and I the first night, and I crashed with her, and I'm going, my hands going like this until you stop me. I'm going. She's like, no, take it. I'm like, okay. I've been eyeing those for for a couple hours. I'm like, that's it.
I'm going to talk like the
went-
penguin until you give this to me.
Take it.
You went all the way to San Diego. You bought a few pins and you got a free toy.
Yeah, but
It's worth it.
Sounds
It's
like
a
a
good
dream come
toy.
true.
Yeah, when I was there, I was telling Chris at the beginning, I was there for 6 nights.
What?
Yeah, I talked, Dov. I talked to you. Was it Monday when I was thinking about going to Spanky Stokes Casino?
Did you go?
But I'm like, no,
Ah.
I haven't texted them back. Next year if I go to Comic-Con. Oh, thinking about it, I can't.
That's always the cycle. Is I'm never going again.
Right.
And then you
Yeah.
start getting closer and you're like, maybe, and then you get all jazzed up for it and you're super psyched, and you get there, and then halfway through you're like, why the fuck am I here? And then
I mean,
and then I'm
I
never
can't
going
tell
again.
you.
And then it's just secular.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people Sarah and I ran into that, like Shane Guile, like the plush designer that Sarah's friends with, like he took the train down, he walked around the room for like 2 hours, and he's like, I gotta get out of here. And then he went back to the train and just left. And it's like, what? And I saw another friend, and he's just like, he walked in the room and he's like, just, why am I here? And then they leave. It's just.
But I will say that is similar to attending a convention with you, Dov, where we go,
Yeah.
takes off at lightning speed, and then by the time you catch up to him, he turns around and goes, "Let's go get a chicken sandwich."
I'm over it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is I've aged out of most of these shows, especially Comic-Con. Like, I'm just too old for it. I am not the key demographic. I went to TorpedoCon the week before, which was a lot of fun. And TorpedoCon's great. All the, the rare comic art and comic dealers that are, in that one section at Comic-Con, just set up in a hotel, ballroom the week before, where like people who actually want to go there and look at comic art and look at old comics and stuff like that.
It's like the real party.
Maybe, but it's
like
interesting.
the elite cabal of
I mean,
comic collectors.
It's really a brilliant idea. John from Torpedo Comics did that because most of the people who could even afford to buy those comics and buy that original comic art, they don't want to go to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
They don't want to stand there with thousands of sweaty fans just to look at whatever.
That's what I'm saying. That's the real party.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. But here's the one thing I did get at the show, at the Shag booth.
Ooh.
And
that's awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Wow.
So he's got a license,
Cool.
to do Star Wars prints, but I don't see anything that's called Kuko Mask. I don't see
Wait,
any.
it's like, oh, it's 3D. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see anything that says Lucasfilm anywhere on here. I think this is homage.
Huh.
I think.
Interesting.
So this is the only one I got. The other ones were Gamorrean Guard and Reese. And me, I wish she would have done the rest of the Cantina Aliens. But, the print that he had there was pretty amazing. Here's the other three.
Oh,
Oh,
Those are great.
cool.
they're all
Those
great.
are awesome.
You got all 3?
I didn't. I just got the
Oh.
Greedo.
Oh, gotcha.
But I got the
Oh.
But I got the postcard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had these prints on sale too.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
The
Wow.
prints,
It's the
unbelievable.
anniversary of that one, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to my Norm Macdonald here. Not really. Throwing it in.
So that was fun. A couple other things arrived in the mail, which I will show you. I think, I'm sort of hooked on Super 7 these days. They're sort of just selling my childhood back to me over and over and over again. But I think this takes the cake, is these Dungeons and Dragons figures.
So
That's
good.
amazing.
They're just so next level amazing.
Yeah.
The Freddy figure here.
That's my favorite
Freaky.
It's the best.
Yeah,
But this is, I mean, that's my favorite.
that's so
The
great.
Githyanki. This was on
Gith
the cover
Yankee.
of Fiend
Folio,
Folio.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I even contacted the artist
Errol Otis.
who did it. I know he ran a Kickstarter. And I emailed him. I'm like, "Do you have the original art for this cover?" And he's like, "It was all just thrown out."
Yeah, I
Like,
think that was Errol Otis, I think, right?
I don't remember, but
I
it's
think
like
that all got thrown away, and he did a Kickstarter, and he redrew
right.
everything in the
Jeez.
book.
For the Fiend Folio. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know an art collector that has the Monster Manual cover, and it's a nice big,
Wow.
painting with all the creatures on it. I sort of
Yeah,
lost my
cool.
mind when I saw that.
It's amazing.
Nice.
Now, Dov, I even did this on, I think on Twitter. I was talking about the show and I was just saying, "Save me one." Like that was my way of communicating instead of texting you late at night. I'm like, going.
So just so you know, like the Twitter account is not monitored at all.
No,
It only reposts our
Not even
Instagram posts.
it's some edgelord X, like from some 90s, like. But I have one thing to say about that. Yeah, it was that the Luke Chu, Ghost Bear, and the kid. Like those stood out to me from that show. But then I'm like, I got out of Comic-Con without, because I walked in, I went by Syndicate, who has the True Romance figures, took pictures of that, saw a baby animatronic Baby Yoda, saw the Lego Blockbuster thing was cool.
Yeah, I heard that looked cool from the pictures.
Yeah. I wanted to buy stuff, and I went, okay, let's keep moving. Walk past the Lucas, they're doing Ahsoka, so walk past that. I'm like, oh, that looks great. Like, and there's all these things that they did, like what I think it was Return of the Jedi, Ralph McQuarrie, like prototype X-wings and stuff like that were painted. I'm like, those are great, but I want one, but I've avoided going to eBay and looking at prices because, like, yeah, I mean, there's certain things like the Mario movie. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. Got like this whole all Nintendo over there, it's everywhere. But I'm like the movie. There's like 4 versions, and I wanted the lenticular one, but it sold out. I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Hoskins.
The real Mario Brothers movie.
That's the real.
That's the 30th anniversary of that, because it was the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. And
right, yeah.
Is it 30 years old? Wow.
Well, because and I hate when people do. That's why I don't follow all these bands. Follow all these bands on Instagram. I'm like, great, it's the 30th anniversary of something all the time, but I'm like, I want to know what you're up to, and I'll go buy the album or buy the record, because if I don't have just CD, I'll buy it. But don't, I don't know. Everything. There's always gonna be something like, don't show me that, but also, yeah, what's going on over there?
You're right, yeah.
It's I really, with Instagram, I mute artists and toys, because I go, if I see it, I'm gonna want to buy it. So then I interact with people, and I go, okay.
I think a lot of people have done that to me.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second.
It's like unmute.
Unmute, Scott.
Okay.
Your orders are about to go through the roof, Scott.
Did you go, Chris, to Comic-Con?
No, I didn't this year. I used to go every year.
Sorry.
And then I stopped going because I just sort of like felt like I didn't have much to offer. And then Dov was like, come hang out at the booth and work at the booth with me. And that was like the most fun I'd had in years, because we just sat around and talked. And but I didn't end up going this year just because.
How many years did we do that?
How many years did you and I do the booth together?
Yeah, how many years were you there?
Only one.
That was just.
Yeah, it just feels like we're always together.
Wow.
But I mean, I'd gone 15 years in a row or something, but I'm not opposed to it, but if I don't have a reason to be there.
I hear there's going to be one next year, so
a Comic-Con, yeah. It happened.
Great.
There's people lining up for it, but I don't know. I mean, everyone was asking me, so how was it with SAG? And I'm like, I don't know. There were still people in costumes. It was still busy. It's still. Someone told me one year that they make 60% of their annual revenue that weekend. And at first I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, that makes sense, because take Comic-Con out of the equation. Like that, just it being the summer, like you have that there, and you have there's always something to do down there. So it's like it's just a big weekend for. But I mean, if you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have a phone. So I would just get cranky and be like, I'm out of here. I'm not waiting for you. I talked to Scott Zillner on Monday. We talked for 2 hours to decompress about just talking about Comic-Con and how crazy it is. You have to navigate it like the Matrix. Like that person's on their phone. Okay, I got to get around here. And I'm rushing around to do nothing. I don't have anything to do there.
That's Comic-Con.
Yeah. Like,
hurry up, get in the room, and then ask yourself, why am I here?
I'm either standing in line or want. Yeah. It was a whole lot cheaper because inevitably, even if I'm down there working, I like, oh look, there's the Goonies trading card set for $50. Let's get that one. Like I'm gonna buy things that I mean, look, I needed that, but I'm gonna buy things I didn't actually need.
I'll buy this begrudgingly.
Yeah,
right.
I buy this under protest.
Under great duress, I will buy the complete Goonies trading card. Yeah.
I did hear from several retailers who said that financially the show was really great, and that was a steady, a steady supply of people. There were like not a lot of dead times, and they attributed that to Hall H not being very exciting, because it used to be like everyone would just go to Hall H and then they'd come out and they'd like buy some stuff, and then it would be sort of dead again. It would sort of be in these spurts, and they said that for the most part it was fairly steady. So I mean, the show is still sold out, so there's still the same number of tickets sold. So I think the net effect was more people were walking around the room, which is better for retailers. I would say that the all of those industry people that would come to our booth and just drop $1,000 were probably not there. Like the producers and all those kind of people who would get a comp pass and walk in the show and be like, oh, this is amazing. And so I think a lot of people didn't benefit from that, but I think the steady supply of people made up for that. So,
which is what I think a lot of the convention goers have been wanting from that show since Twilight.
So, yeah, sort of a return to what it used to be. Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? I mean, like when Twilight showed up, it was like, that's not a comic book. It's not. This has nothing to do with Comic-Con. Like, why is it even here? And it was probably the biggest year because everyone lost their shit over Twilight.
There was a quote I read, and I wish I could attribute it. It was in an email blast with a recap, and someone had said that Comic-Con doesn't need Hollywood. Hollywood needs Comic-Con. Or maybe it wasn't Comic-Con. Maybe it was comic books. I don't know. It's interchangeable, but you understand. It's like Comic-Con's always going to be there. Like it is a celebration of whatever is going on. If all the studios pulled out, I personally wouldn't care. I don't need to. I mean, I'm a person who doesn't want to watch trailers. People are like, did you see the new trailer for the new? And it's like, no, like I've been burned too many times. I will go see the movie and, don't tell me.
It's gonna be dope. Blue Beetle, man, that looks fucking crazy.
Oh, I
had it looks to dope, watch. Right? Blue Beetle.
I had to watch that trailer.
My favorite superhero of all time, Blue Beetle. It's gonna be off the chain.
Oh no. We took the kids to see the Spider-Man.
I feel like I hate the dogpile on DC.
But here we go.
But when you open the door, this is what we've come up with is Blue Beetle. Okay.
I mean,
best of luck. Hey, best of luck.
The comic's been around for a long time, and at least they're trying. I think they're looking as like, how do we diversify? Like what characters we have that are not culturally offensive at this point that we can use. Did
you guys see The Flash? Anybody?
I didn't. No.
Do I need to?
I liked it, but it was a free screening.
It looked
no. I
would watch it, but I don't watch the TV show.
I'll watch it for free when it's on HBO. Like that. And I'm watching it for Michael Keaton. That's all I'm watching it for.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, no. Honestly, I liked it. Like, there's all like the Ezra Miller thing's a nightmare. The fact that they thought, okay, this movie's good enough, we're gonna do it. I like The Flash, so I liked.
I watched the original TV show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look,
I have his autograph somewhere. John Wesley. Yeah. I had
the
it.
the
Hold on.
DC characters, just generally speaking, like their flaw, right, is that typically they don't have any flaws, right? So Stan Lee, when he was coming up with all the Marvel characters, gave everyone a significant problem. And you know, until the special effects came around, you know, when Iron Man started and the whole MCU thing, like they made sure to,
That's awesome.
you know, look at that.
Little Wesley Ship autograph there.
Wow.
So great.
You know,
Right.
He's
give
in the new movie, right?
If he is, it happened in a
He's,
flat. Huh?
Oh.
I'll tell my-
Wow. Anyway, the point is that the Marvel movies are funny, right?
Yes.
The tone of all of them, they're all self-deprecating. They're always making fun of each other. They're always figuring out a way to incorporate the classic costume. Like you see it in Avengers, like he's wearing like the stupid mask and then it gets ripped off and then it's like, oh, like I don't need that. And then from that point on, it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
it's you know, why am I in this silly suit kind of thing? And then
DC's always been about the hero and Marvel's always been about the alter ego. Is sort of the way I always felt about it. Like, and DC's very much about like the not iconography, but like the iconicness of it. So like there's all the Flash is a great example of it, right? How many people does the mantle of the Flash get handed down to over time? You know, there's at least 4 Flashes. You know, Batman, then you get the Robins and all the there's it's about handing down the mantle of the role. And there's some of that obviously in Marvel, but you know, when they hand down the mantle, like Miles Morales is a vastly different character than Peter Parker is. So, and I think it's because the focus for them, at least
but he's still a troubled kid who's having trouble relating to his parents, and that, you know, that story. I think the reason that like Batman is a good character is, you know, what Frank Miller did for Batman, basically taking this story about his parents being killed and using this as like his motivation for being you know, a really like fucked up character, you know, and then taking it to like Dark Knight where he's just like doing drugs and he's this grizzled old man. Like, so
I heard he was even buying Mario mushrooms from you.
He had sunk so low.
He wanted to see Clayface dance.
Unbelievable. Right. Let me show you another thing that came in the mail here while we're here. So Jimmy Folklore, who did the Broids figures.
Oh yeah.
Made this little series. He sent me one of this. This is Brolem.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
And it's got like sort of like moss on it, and I don't know, it's just like these like fucked up kind of casts. But the real treasure, sorry, Mr. Folklore, but the real treasure, as we were talking about kids' work here, was his daughter Emily made this for me.
Oh, that's great.
That's
R5,
amazing.
man, that's awesome.
And it says Emily, 1 of 2.
Nice.
So thank you, Emily.
Did the
Amazing.
second one go to Garbage Chute Droids? 'Cause I might be raiding the warehouse for that.
Yeah, I don't know. What else came in the mail? The new Healy made figure.
Oh, so good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What is it?
It's a Walrus Man as a wrestler.
Oh.
And it's a follow-up to this Greedo that he did. And
Stop showing me things, Dov.
I'm not selling these. I just picked them up.
Oh.
You have to go to Healy Made to buy them.
Dov, I know where you live, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Right. What else?
I got a couple random things, Dov.
Okay, go.
Like two quick little random things to show. Just because I thought these were funny and I think you'll appreciate them. I fell down the Temu rabbit hole several months ago, and I don't know what Temu is, but you know all the crap you buy on Amazon that's like knockoff garbage. Temu was all of that for like a third of the price. So like bootleg Pokemon cards and Lego and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw these and I had to buy them. It is the My Blocks Mini City Street View. Slogan for My Blocks is "More collection, more interesting," which I definitely agree with. But this is the KFE playset
Whoa.
with the
Wow.
bottle of
That's
wine
awesome.
sticking out of the chicken box there on the roof. And then this is the McDonald playset.
Where did you pick these up?
At Temu, Temu. It's crazy. It is a money suck because it's all just bootleg, off-brand, weird.
It's sort of like
cheap.
like Wish.com
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, it's higher level than Wish. Like it's nicer than Wish because we've got like Pokemon stuffed animals and they're good quality. You know, it's not super garbage, but it is definitely all bootleggy, knockoffy stuff. But every once in a while they have some super random thing. They like if you look at the whole city that they've got here, they have Walmart is Walmart. They have Starback. It's like super
Wow.
bootleggy. The Nike, which is Nike. I'm a good Nike. Anyway, small little acquisition, but with our love of random, bizarre fast food references.
That's amazing.
Can I pull out something that I got from?
No.
Okay. So I got a from McDonald's in China a chicken McNugget that plays Tetris.
What?
You can grab that?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I might have bought 2 of them. Hold on. I did.
Oops.
Oh man, this is like Dan O'Brown's wet dream right here.
I mean, look. So it's
Oh wow!
they're like $20 each, but
Holy crap!
Oh.
someone said this on Twitter before it was X. Ugh. Ugh. And look, it just no, I'll leave the cellophane on because. But let's see. There we go.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
That's
At first,
insane.
I thought it was they actually put it into a actual McNugget. You're like, ow, 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 ow.
It's
Hot out of the fryer.
It's
But
well,
it even plays like the Tetris music and everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna. That's perfect. I mean, Tetris. Come on.
that's
then-
incredible.
Wow.
Once Ben Goretzky laughed at me because I referred to the music as the Tetris music. He goes, yeah, it's Russian. There's a name for it. I'm like, yeah, the Tetris song.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah, Ben.
But look, there are these stickers. There's this Stranger Things McDonald's style.
What?
I
Wow.
don't. Yeah. Wow. It's a bunch of stickers. So
That's
I got
insane.
this. That's upside down.
Those are real McDonald's
Didn't-
stickers.
Yeah. I mean, this thing. It took a while. I thought, is it still coming? But like, yeah, there's the back.
That's
insane.
nuts.
This arrived the other day, and I'm like, I'm having a good shipping day. I got this. I got the 3 True Romance pins from Scott Zillner. Picked them up the yesterday's prints, and then I got. Are you guys anyone a fan of I Think You Should Leave with Tim
Yeah.
Robbins?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
All right, hold on. This will be worth it.
This is our total show and tell episode.
It's very complicated.
Is that the one that he wears in the show?
The Dan Flashes, yeah, down at the mall.
Wow.
And apparently, this is like if you wear this out, it's like somewhat. I mean, I think it's pretty classy, but this was a signal to other dorks like, oh, hey, Dan Flashes. But
It's a
Apparently-
dog whistle thing.
yeah, to bigger nerds. Well, same on, but specific. Yeah, they had apparently it was Chicago. They had a whole Dan Flashes night where they had people.
Oh, wow.
Like it was Netflix, yeah. They sponsored and everything. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. And I think I posted saying on Threads that the new social media app. Like no one told me about this, you're all dead to me. Or I posted it somewhere. Oh, the band page, which I wanted to get to at some point because we're putting a vinyl out. So
Oh, nice.
cool. with everyone saying
a
like
vinyl record or a vinyl toy?
vinyl record. Well,
Oh,
but finally doing the music thing. So we have a 7-inch being pressed right now.
For the people who don't know, can you tell everyone the name of your band?
We're not. it's vacuum right now, but it might change. Anyway, one thing about the show, I started like really watching all the episodes. I'd seen it before, but everyone has the same experience. You go, so what do you do? Like, oh, vinyl toys, like sex toys. When I watch it, I'm like, yeah, someone said that on another show. I'm like,
Imagine if your company name was DKE. They're like, Dyke Toys?
yeah.
Dicky Toys?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
But and then you go, no. Or sometimes I go, yeah, sex toys. I'm done with this conversation. Like, boring conversation anyway. So but then I'll go, like, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain. And yeah, a lot of people, you kind of just, I think you said you have to just show people the thing. Go, this. It's not in Toys R Us. We make limited numbers, but now I get to make the other vinyl. Like with that saying the other white meat with, it's like now I can say that vinyl and actually, vinyl, here, play it. We're going to do like 75 copies. So that's what I'm most excited about. Like,
Nice.
Yeah.
And so where are people going to be able to find this?
Bandcamp, or right now, this airs next week. Currently it's vacuum_band. It'll stay that way until
It changes.
I can't change it for 14 days anyway. But
So go follow now before it changes, and then you won't know how to find it.
Yeah. But it'll be the same. I keep on sending.
Is there a
people
link to it on your Instagram?
Yeah, I think I changed it. I don't know if it's still. I'm half of Two Dumb Dinos and then the band. So I'm like, yeah.
So where do people find you on Instagram?
Nathan Hamill.
Got it.
One
So
word.
if they go there, they can find links to
To the music.
to the band, the to be determined band name.
I think you should change your name for every show. You should just every show you just have a different name.
Wow.
Well, Scott Talls and I would get on the phone. We were laughing because we put out this thing called Earn, which we're going. I'm going to Japan. Scott's staying here. I'm going to Japan to meet up with Toma, who's doing one of the head for it. So right now it's been 3D printed in New York. It's being sent here. Then I'm staying to Japan. That's why I'm like, stop spending money. Today,
You're about to go throw it into a vortex. Yeah.
Well, because I went to Mitsu and I bought like a cool pen and like a case for it. And I'm like, you're going to Japan. Don't buy a bunch of like, as I'm on eBay buying Newhart.
and Tetris nuggets.
Right.
Hey, this is practical, man.
He's going to use that on the flight to Japan.
Yeah.
Anything else we got to cover, Janky?
Nope, not this time.
Can I say one thing?
No.
Cut his mic.
I will be at PowerCon in Columbus, Ohio, August 11th through the 13th. It's the He-Man convention. I'll be there with Eddie Resin Blood, Dustin from Earth to Kentucky, and Frank from Musculoids. We blocked out like an entire row, and so come and check it out. I have some stuff that I'm rolling out. I'm really excited about it. Have you ever seen Musculoids? Do you know him? Look at this.
Wow.
Great. Like nuts.
This is the jumbo. Anyway, Frank, he does like these like steroided out big awesome vinyl figures. He also does like 5.5 figures as well. They're amazing. Anyway, come see me at PowerCon, Columbus, Ohio, August 11th through the 13th, which by the time this airs, you got like 2 days.
Get your ticket.
Get on the road, man.
So I don't know. Hopefully, hope to see you there.
Awesome.
And if not, go to barbarianrage.com and see what you missed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just some other business. The interview that we posted 2 weeks ago was our very own Janky, and getting a lot of great feedback about that interview. And the new interview this Friday is Dogman Toys. We are having a contest trying to get to 500 subscribers. So once we get to 500 subscribers, we will do
Unleash the Kraken
here on this show. We will be sending to somebody a complete set of these Ron English gold figures, matching number out of 20. It has a retail value of $500 for 500 followers. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Mention DKE Toys TV in the notes of any order on the website, and we will send you a magical invisible Sucklord. Not the case. We sell the cases, but maybe I should keep it out of the case. Maybe it's a bad choice showing it in the case.
Has anyone ever asked for the case? Have you gotten the
No.
email? Hey, I ate this. cake and
excuse
wanted to Mario
me.
dance.
You said. That's it. Follow us on Instagram at DKE Toys. The store link is dketoys.com. You just click on the store link or /store, whatever you want. If you're happy with us, leave us a review on Google. It's always very helpful. If you're not happy with us, just keep quiet and go away. And if you have comments, you want to talk to Janky, dketoystv@gmail.com. I'm always available, dketoys@gmail.com or at dketoys on Instagram. And in a couple weeks, we'll have Epoxy Crusader from Mexico
Oh, awesome.
with us here on the show.
That guy.
Great.
Yeah.
And any final words, Nathan, before we skedaddle?
I have this will be this taking a break from like decompressing. Like, I'm not going to post anything, but this one will go up soon. I'll do it after the show airs. So this is a print. It's once again a comedy thing. This is going to be signed by Dave Foley and myself. It was
cool.
It's do you remember the episode or the sketch Kids in the Hall, Girl Drink Drunk?
Yes, I love that, where he's
So
got
this
the
we did-
Slurpee and
Yeah. So this one is we did it for charity during 3 years ago, just a little over 3 years ago for the pandemic. But I redid it with Static Medium, and there's 40 of them. So I'll sign it. He'll sign it. There you go.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
it's
Sounds
that's
amazing.
amazing.
Very
So-
cool.
All right, dude. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time.
That was
Yeah.
super
Janky,
fun.
Scott, always appreciate it.
Save fresh cheese bags.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.